being boring. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, well done, boys. You predicted the teams would play. Yeah, well done. They played a standard boring game. Well, you know, it must be hard. What? Regardless, ooh, Vardy. This is weird. Oh, just shadow boxing his way around. Let's see the driving skills, Tiggleton. Oh, what? No!
Oh, we got a good tag.
The one bump. The circle.
The circle.
We will come back to this. There's a lot of weird things happening. Oh, okay. We have road rage, I guess, going on here. Vard is having a real bad time.
But Wookiee's coming over the gun.
Exactly. Wookiee's coming over, but so is Shrimzy. So now, here comes the awkward part, right? Here comes the fun bit. Do they back away? I believe they do. Vard, there is a UMP at range trying to kill you. Don't die to that. Go for Infantry on a bit of a split too. They still have players on the south side of their road, so I'd almost want them to go towards 9 at this point and just kind of solidify that compound, but I understand the logic. FaZe on the move as well with the Afreeca Freecs here.
Actually, crossing each other. Gustav actually going to pull up, but next to the tree, going to get the initial tag. Hikari got to be careful here. Ence actually going to find the opening to Gustav out of the vehicle, so FaZe got to be careful they don't take any more casualties here, or at least they got to make it worthwhile. Cad now. He's going to pull up, pop a flash out. Uber's down to about half HP, so, and there you go. Hikari actually going to follow up with a nade, so things just not looking good at all for FaZe right now.
No, and this is probably going to be, if anything, a lucky survival from 8C, just because he gets out, gets a vehicle, and leaves. Gustav, circle's going to be a little bit of an issue. Actually, sends us up quite nicely towards these games.
Oh my god, it actually pulls pretty
pull up as whoa, do they commit? They are. Oh, that M249 is so primed for this, just sprays away so many bullets to spare. And 5.56 gonna do well at this sort of range, just happily tearing into the opposition. But a couple of players made it towards on foot, so Ibby's now gonna be a little bit careful. They are gonna be playing on the outskirts here, and how long until other teams potentially can see Triumphant as well? That's what's in the back of my mind. Teams could be watching this if they do move into a better position, but James is now in a little bit of trouble, but he's going to keep himself safe. Some good nades, and already you're going to see the next pull-up coming in, sending that car further forward. And Liquid looking for their option here, and it looks like Ibby's going to be at the forefront of that spot down. One sprays in, doesn't get the shot he wants. Double dip, triple dip, loses. Shan's going to find him. Big shot coming back with the informable things, and a wild spray into the smoke for James, but at the cost of Ibby's life.
Yeah, it's actually Soniqs to have a good sight line down from the east here. They're obviously occupying, or Peng just getting pressured so heavily down there. Clip will actually find that knock and will get the flush as well.
Afreeca Freecs kind of holding a slightly more centralized or further in position. Southeast move. And, well, okay, this is good positioning still for Liquid, even after that little bit of a scrap. 4 AM quickly in the vehicles, heading over nice and fast as well. But Shoot to Kill have held this area. They aren't ideally geared, but this is more than enough. A barrel sitting with a mini, that's pretty much primed and ready to go. The spray's pretty decent, but the return's even better. Blue is right there and going to continue forward forever. That is madness. 4 AM. Pull up in style. Shoot to Kill.
This TSM actually going to pull right up on the underside of 4 AM and in full view of Liquid as well. You can see they're taking a lot of shots. Actually going to find... What? He found a second as well. Godfrey and Forever down for 4 AM. This is huge from Kerr. Actually, this brings an even fight between 4 AM and SDK if they decide to push that.
I feel like 4 AM, knowing how they play, will try and push this. They are not going to leave that unanswered, but how much do they commit to it? They've got problems everywhere now. Gen.G's not too far away, but Gen.G are dealing with their own fight against K7. And look, he's in the middle of the field. He's got a bit of a dip to work with, but it really ain't much. And yeah, as you can see, Loki is dead and gone. S is now pulled up in the vehicle, but a pretty open position. Going to try and depend on the car to keep cover. Good little underhand nade. Gets some good damage. He needs to come by his side. Esther get to work, but 4 AM from afar. Destroy the plan. Destroy the theory. That could have been 2 big kills coming in, but no. 4 AM making value out of very little.
Pio struggling to land any of those shots to finish off. I think that was Lockslock there. Look at this now. The situation to the south of this as well is what I want to see. Crazy actually still sending shots over elsewhere. He's got to worry about this threat from SDK, but Navi and Oath getting into it over on the edge of Quarry now. Casualties on both sides. Snakers actually loses that one to the tab, landing the headshots. Actually,
Nade.
from the grave, yeah. Snakers actually, his nade was perfect. They walked right on top of it, so Reload going to be able to reset and get both of these revives. But time not on their side.
Now, a name we haven't said too much for a very backhanded, swift little backhand, no work for UPO. A name we haven't said in a while is Soniqs. Now they're finally getting pulled up on. Trimsy is here. We do have another player with him as well. He's not alone in this, but as you can see, Afreeca Freecs are right on this compound. H-Win gonna dive over here, try and provide some support, but Trimsy's burning and he's in so much trouble. He needs to med up here, and if he doesn't get it off in time, he might be done for. Liquid hold on for now. They wipe out K7. You've got players swarming your compound. Tiggleton, H-Win, they're all there, backing him up. Pansy, though, finds Mime, though, just trying to play it on the kind of rooftops, trying to keep a bit of vision. They don't want to share this compound, but they might just have to. Forced in this scenario. Mime looks kind of dead here, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if they can pick him back up now. Shrimsy was considering it, but they've lost all vision on the outskirts. And look at EJ's off angle. That is massive from him.
Yeah, it was actually one of the members of Afreeca Freecs, I think, that got that flush there. I'm sure I didn't quite see it in the kill feed, but elsewhere, Infantry now, just these scrappy fights is the Hilltop I was talking about now. It's just a set of duos. Boliang actually going to find the first and the second there. Attack all around will fall, but...
Again, kind of Putty Cutty's going to have to just play this as best he can. You can see the smoke wall going up. EJ's getting a little aggy here, getting a little bit pushed forward. Afreeca Freecs going to push this. Let's see if Soniqs are aware of what's on the other side coming their way now. Hickory kind of keep a little bit of an angle on the window, ensure no one can peek back in, but they've got a nade and they're about to post this one through. Does Shrimsy survive? Yes, fine. He's okay still. Tiggleton still on his toes as well, trying to keep mobile. Hickory, though, is going for a look. That's where they got the knock on towards Mime, so this could be a really nice play from Hickory.
No way.
Mollied it out to allow him to get this further forward. No shots in the back yet. This opens up an opportunity. He wants to keep them under wraps. No, Tiggleton! Big turn from him, keeping control of the compound. Hickory, that curiosity is going to get him killed. And now Afreeca Freecs a little worse for wear. And maybe Soniqs try and exploit this issue, but there's a time limit on that. They're only got 3 players standing.
Yeah, I think actually just having a flick through the Soniqs boys there, not an awful lot of utility in the form of mollies and nades to really stop this pressure from Afreeca Freecs right up against their building. Tiggleton taking a little peek out the upstairs. But nothing really left except for some smokes. EJ gets a decent angle through. Shrimsy going to take a lot of damage once again. I think actually, in terms of the war of attrition, it's Soniqs losing the most in terms of equipment. Their armor getting battered, maybe some headshots getting traded out as well. The thing is, Afreeca Freecs have the numbers advantage here also.
They do. Clear. By the way, Liquid have been popping off quietly in the background. They're clearing out the compounds, they're holding onto it, but we want to keep on board with this fight, as it looks like they're going to try and meet in the smoke. H-Win's isolated one quick flush as well. Dips back into the other and keeps them guessing. Trade comes out. Tiggleton goes down. There is not without an answer, and sadly, for Soniqs, they are a man down. They have lost out on another, and look at this. You can't see a thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
He found both
spray
through the
from under
smoke.
the stairs. Straight up Harry Potter finally lashing out. He's been living under those stairs for years. And there he goes, just straight up murdering people. That's how Harry Potter goes, right? For now, though, we are down to 16, 14 players. The North somewhat controlled by Team Liquid. Living kind of amongst them is Wookie Bookie, so a bit of a European scenario up in the North.
Pressure, so expect Boliang to try and pivot off that. Yeah, he gets a couple of tags, but Furia actually getting closer and closer, and this makes it doable for them, to be honest with you. Well, other than that, Boliang going to land a wealth of damage and actually not get the knock, but Raspu will fall to the blue. Longscale responds. Kill demo falls now. Rusty Zera, the last man standing, and it's actually Kurt from distance.
Liquid, they're popping shots towards Infantry. Kurt can actually live pretty well here. I mean, it's not ideal, but considering he's a snake, he can just tuck in. He's playing for that, I'll be the third person to the party. But you can already see that Liquid have a step out of their compound and they're still within the circle. It's not prime, though. My eyes go towards what do Afreeca Freecs do with this, as well as obviously Infantry, but I feel like Infantry are just, it's target practice. Mexi is making it look so easy to do that. It's really not. That is a massive scoreline for Liquid here.
And they definitely needed a big game. Going to look to capitalize on this one. Afreeca Freecs should push towards Kurt's building. Whether or not Boliang can actually shut it down. He's actually going to find the knock onto EJ. Lands follow-up as well. No more damage coming through. And this This really is crucial. Like we said, yes, Kirk can survive there, but Hansia and the rest of Afreeca Freecs can get close enough. Looks like they're actually going to be able to reset and get this revive as well. James, he's looking for an off angle down onto this, trying to get a piece of the action himself. Boliang has to find a spot inside the circle here.
Kirk can make this so tricky for Afreeca Freecs. He's got that little wrap around that building. There's like a little bit of hard cover of the terrain that rolls in.
Yeah.
That keeps him safe from Liquid, so he can just focus on one side. And even with the smoke wall, James is still going to just pepper away, keep pouring in those shots as best he can for it. And the closer they get towards Kurt, the more dangerous he gets. He is the annoyance to them. Now, it's a problem for him because he wants to be that last person to the fight, right? But still, he'll take what he's given. If it's kills, and oh, an MK14, nice and late, 3'd up. Delicious. Kurt, let's see what you got, bud. He's a dangerous man. He's had a dangerously good game, but not much to play with. 40 in the mag. Gear enough decent, 2'd out, not broken. And he knows that Afreeca Freecs are here.
Oh my god, is he going to try and wrap? He's going to wrap behind them?
He's going to hear all these steps. Now, they could stay here technically. It depends how well they clear this. Let's see how meticulous they are. Oh, this is where I guess the danger is there. Oh, the third party! Devastating! Devastating for Kurt. He could have really been the dagger in the back, but no. Infantry still holding on with that final player.
And Boliang up to 6 now. Anything else he gets is a bonus. I mean, anything in the last 3 or 4 minutes, to be honest, has been a bonus for Infantry after they're down to the solo. Mexi posted up on the rock. He knows exactly where Boliang is positioned now. Circle actually going to pull away. It's everybody has to move in this one, so this becomes a factor of time here. Who has to move the earliest? And they're going to have a couple of spots to play onto, a rock and a tree maybe, but Boliang, yeah, your time's up, buddy.
Yep. This is it. It's the countdown timer to who gets it. I mean, and the scary prospect is as well, you don't want tunnel vision on getting him and then run up on him by potentially the other team. It's essentially a 3v3 with a little bit of a sneaky player in the background. Mexi is such a danger man late game, though, coming in 3'd up with all this gear. I don't know about Liquid's utility usage, considering they got crashed. They've had plenty of problems throughout this. They might be a little light, but as are Afreeca Freecs after that smoke wall just to get to this compound.
A little bit of a stalemate until this circle starts forcing some of these players out into the open. Boliang just absolutely posted, just not even moving. Doesn't want to move a muscle behind that tree.
He's making them work for their dinner. You don't get him for free. And this is going to kind of force the fight with Liquid a little. They're getting a little curious. SKS shots being pinged over from James. Yeah, looking quite nice. 6 smokes on them. The difference of utility here is massive. Yeah. Liquid can play into the circle substantially more.
Boliang actually crossed it in. That's going to give him another 10 seconds or so to survive. And like you said, actually, Afreeca Freecs, they're the ones that have to move earliest in this scenario. And Liquid could capitalize on that. I didn't get a glimpse there of Boliang, whether or not he had any more. No, he doesn't know. That's it. Just poked out. And Hansi is actually going to be the one to find it.
Let's have a look now. Already the Molotov's starting to be invested. Liquid trying to ensure that they can't run in certain ways. Just herd them around. There go those smokes. Mexi creating his own wall to play off of Clib, using the crate as a bit of cover. James on the move, but Afreeca Freecs taking the high ground. They're going to swing around. They better keep a track on this. No one's watching it. Using the old smoke wall that Liquid have put down to catch off Clib. Oh, this is huge from Afreeca Freecs. They found one. We need a big answer from Liquid right about now, but they look lost for an answer. They're getting done by their own cover, and Hickory is the one doing it.